Hi, this is Katie with Ask Slim. Today we're going to take a look at the chart of Texas Instruments. One of our Ask Slim Level 4 members requested this chart from us a couple days ago, and that is one of the perks of that membership level. So Texas Instruments is a company in the semiconductor space, and it's also one of the top holdings in the semiconductor ETF, the SMH. Now this is a 5-year weekly chart of Texas Instruments, and on the bottom here we have these cycle brackets that are 24 bars in length. Now these are just a drawing tool that helps us to identify the money flow patterns. These purple vertical lines show us where the actual cycle lows occurred relative to that average, sometimes a bit late, sometimes a bit early, but all well within the principle of variance. And you can get some idea of that if you look over here at these blue vertical dashed lines, which show when the cycle low is projected for the current cycle that we're in. Now notice the cyclicality. Here we have a rally all the way through the cycle. It peaks way over here on the right-hand side of the cycle. We call it a right-hand translation, and has a couple weeks of sell-off that really doesn't give much ground, more of a sideways consolidation. Then another rally here all the way through the cycle, another right-hand translation with a 2-week sell-off that again doesn't really give much ground. So notice that this entire time momentum has stayed positive. Momentum on the Ask Slim weekly charts is represented with our proprietary reversal scout, which is the green and purple ribbon on the chart. So then another rally here, and then this is where the trouble starts. Texas Instruments almost gets up to this 78.6% fib extension level. Momentum turns down, and then we just spend the rest of this cycle just chopping sideways. So notice the difference in the conditions and the price action when we have right-hand translations like these versus left-hand translations. Every cycle starting with this one has peaked on the left-hand side and has either given ground, ending up lower than where the cycle started. We call that negative configuration. Or, as in the case of this cycle, just chopped sideways, which is really the best we can hope for when we have left-hand translations. So along with candlestick patterns such as this bearish engulfing and important price levels, we really use the reversal scout as being key in determining if we have a left-hand translation going on. So once that turns negative, it really becomes very difficult for a symbol to muster the necessary energy to make a new high. It does happen occasionally that a symbol is able to repair itself in that way, but it is quite rare. Now let's take a look at the current cycle that we're in. The prior cycle made its low here at this prior cycle low support, and momentum then turned positive. We rallied for a few weeks, but we could not make it up past this 78.6% fib. We rejected from that area, momentum turned negative, and we tagged the cycle low support and got a bounce, almost like a mid-cycle bounce. So with that cycle high and this recent low, we were able to create this resistance zone. And you can see that we've gotten up in there a couple times and keep rejecting from about that 50% minor fib level. So what we're looking for now is the possibility of Texas Instruments trying to get up into this minor resistance zone again in the coming weeks. And if it can get up there, we would consider that a good shorting opportunity for one more move down into this time period from July 4th to August 19th, when we expect this current cycle to make its low. Now, clearly there is some support here at the 159 to 161 area between the cycle low support and the intermediate 78.6% fib extension level. So we would expect at least a retest of that zone, and then if it gets lower than that, we have another fib extension level down here around 150, which would give us a measured move. If you'd like to learn more about cycle analysis and our different membership levels, please do visit us at askslim.com.